All right, guys, our Saturday strength is going to be some snatching. We're going to be doing it every minute on the minute. We're going to start with lighter weight, more reps, building into heavier weight. Okay, so ideally this is going to be a full squat snatch. It's going to be from the floor, pulling all the way through into a full squat and stand. Okay, you'll reset at the bottom of each rep. Okay, as always, we say this every time we do squat snatching, newer athletes can start from the hang position. So you set yourself up, stand, okay? Going from here is easier. We want to learn to make contact and get power through the hips, okay? You should feel contact at your hips every time. Okay, so from here is a less technical movement, a little easier. As you get better, you can start with the bar a little bit lower, but always getting contact at the hip, okay? Same concept is maybe it's hard for you to squat, you're not mobile, or it's a little off balance. You can do a power snatch, set your feet and then work on that overhead squat, or just do power snatches. And then anybody that has shoulder issues, you can do cleans. So we're really still, we don't have to go overhead, just start from the floor and work on heavy cleans. That works too. Okay, so we're going to do this every minute on the minute, building. When you change weights, we're going to give you an extra minute rest. This will take about 12 minutes. And let's talk about our partner conditioning. All right, guys, for our partner conditioning today, it starts off with 10 rope climb buy-in. So 10 total climbs. I'll talk about a couple ways to scale this and how to anchor. Number one, notice I have a pad, a shin guard, on my shin. This is to prevent chafing of the rope. You can burn your skin basically. So give yourself some protection there. Highly recommend it. And it makes anchoring a little bit easier. So let me talk about a couple points of climb with the anchor. Just like a lot of other moves we talk about, our arms are weaker. So we want to try to use our legs and our hips to our advantage as much as possible. Number one, when you start, is start with your hands straight and long. The example I always give here, if you're hanging on a pull-up bar, what's easier? Hanging with straight arms or hanging with your chin over the bar? A mistake that we often see is that people will jump up and catch the rope with bent arms. And then they're trying to anchor their feet and their arms are failing as they go. If you have long arms, right, hanging with straight arms, this is a lot easier to hang. Okay, so when you start, don't jump to the rope when you're learning the anchor. Put your hands up as high as you can, one on top of the other, straight arms. The foot that you have the pad on is going to lift. Now look at where the rope is. It goes from the inside of my body, the center of my body, to the outside of my foot. Okay? Next, I'm going to place the other foot directly underneath. And the anchor here is not good until I stand up. Okay, so notice I straighten my leg and pull at the same time. Then I reach up really high again. Arms are straight. Now here's the trick. So I hang for a second, lift my knees as high as I can, stand and pull as I reach up again. Okay? When you come down, no matter how high you go, so one scale, again, notice I'm standing on my feet, so my arms are not doing a lot of work. When you come down, go show control hand over hand for most people. Sliding is a more advanced maneuver, so you want to have control. You can scale the height that you climb if you're not comfortable going all the way up. Go halfway like this, control yourself down, hand over hand, and then jump off. Okay? So again, there's a couple different ways to anchor your feet. You can wrap around, right? Different ways, but again, show control up and down. Use protection on your shin. If you're doing some of the simpler version, there's something called a rope lower, where your feet aren't going to leave the ground. So for that one, we're going to do 2 rope lowers equals 1 rope climb. So it looks like this. Get your feet nice and wide so you have some stability. Reach up nice and high and lower yourself down to the floor and pull yourself back up. Okay? I just did the hardest version. You can make this easier if you bend in the knees or the hips. So if I bend my knees, right, that's going to feel easier to the floor and back up. Okay? So 2 of those equals 1 rope climb. From there, when you complete 10 total rope climbs, you're going to move into the second part of the workout right away. There's no rest. It's going to be 100 overhead squats, 100 bar facing burpees, and 100 toes to bar. Here's the fun part about this strategy-wise. You can break it up however you want. So You and your partner can switch whenever you want, and you could do 5 rounds of 20 reps of each. However you want to break it up, just get those reps done in any order, any partition. Okay, so the movements are overhead squat. This is a moderately heavy weight. We want to focus on good depth. So if you cannot do a good depth overhead squat, scale this down to a front squat, okay? But overhead squat, for most people this will be light enough. They're going to do a power snatch overhead, set their feet, and work on banging out some reps, okay? Again, scale to a front squat if you need. From there, bar facing burpees. That means your body will be perpendicular to the bar. Chest and thighs touch the floor. Does not matter how your feet move out and back as long as you jump over the bar with 2 feet, okay? So main thing here when you get to the bottom, make sure the head's behind the bar. This is not a good rep, all right? So you have to be fully behind the bar. You can step forward, however you want to do it. Just jump over both feet, okay? Last one is toes to bar. So again, for this, focus on good speed, controlling the rhythm, touch, down, touch, okay? You can do toes to eye level, so just going up to eye level. You could do knee raises, okay? If you have any issues with your grip, you can put your feet on the floor, okay? Or common is to go to the floor and work on tuck-ups or V-ups as well, okay? That's it for today, guys. Have fun. We'll see you tomorrow.